What can I say, Sam Boners? What can I say, Mike? What can I say, Colin? Is this a takeover? Is this an absolute takeover? The theme of the postseason, MLB postseason, is take over October. But on the flip side, what we saw yesterday, and Colin, I don't want to be too biased here as a Philadelphia homer sports fan, but what we're starting to see here is that the Eagles fan base, the Eagles nation is starting to take over the NFL. Just wait, just when the Phillies are trying to take over October in baseball, the Eagles are taking over other stadiums in the NFL. It's complete debauchery, but you got to love it.
It's always been that way, but now they're winning more than ever, so people probably wear it with just a little bit more pride instead of maybe an FU. It's instead of, hey, you can't beat us, you can't stop us now. It's been that way.
What I'll tell you, what's helping is the new Kelly green jerseys. Honestly, those things shine very bright, and if you took a look at that stadium yesterday, SoFi Stadium, it was a sea of Kelly green. Like, what is going on in today's world? Is this a Philly takeover? Come on, Colin.
It's always been that way. It always has. Every team, every time I've traveled, every place I go to, and here's a prime example. Annapolis, the last 2 weekends. I've counted 2 weekends in a row, over 100 people wearing some sort of Philadelphia apparel in Annapolis, Maryland. We were at the bar, Davis Pub, shout out, sponsor of our show. We were at Davis's Pub on Saturday for the Phillies game. Half of the bar was in red, white, and blue and Kelly green for the Phillies game. Half. This is a right in the middle of Navy football. The O's are in the playoffs. I mean, I walked in with my dad, my uncle, my wife. I thought we'd be like one person wearing a Phillies jersey. Half the bar was. Half the bar. People were going crazy. So it was bedlam. And again, back to the NFL side of it, I tell the story all the time. We played the Carolina Panthers. I was with the Panthers. The Eagles came to town, and we had to go no huddle silent count. Now, you saw the Rams do that this weekend, Mick. It was so loud there with the Eagles fans in L.A., the Rams had to go a silent count. So that's the norm. It's just now there's more Philly spirit than ever because pretty much, other than the Flyers, they're all winning.
Yeah, no.
Well, you throw into the mix guys that give us, credit too. You got some of these towns have maybe one travel organization. I think Philadelphia has like 4 competing companies that are setting up road trips to go to road games. I mean, I know you got Philly Sports Trips, who's been a sponsor of my show. So I've been on trips with them before. So shout out to them. You've got some competitors that the names don't pop off my head right now because they should spend money on my show. But that being said, you're getting tons of fans signing up to go on these trips where these companies take care of it for you. They get the airfare, they get the ticket, they do a party, they do the room and board, and you're talking about 100 to maybe 1,000. I know the guy from Philly Sports Trips said when they went to Washington last year, they had over 2,000 people sign up for that trip. They took like buses down there. They had it catered and like had the whole area of of the forest. There was like a little road and you went down and then they had it catered. Like these are full-fledged tailgate parties and all that kind of stuff. Like I went on a trip with them this summer to Pittsburgh just to see the Phillies and Pirates, a modest sized trip, like 200 people. But what do you think these trips are for an Eagles game? And you're talking about multiple companies. If they're getting 1,000 people each, plus LA is a spot where a lot of transplant Philadelphia people live. So from what I heard out there the other day from people that were there, said it was like 60-40 Eagles fans.
It looked like it, Mike. It really
my
did.
My buddy is a bartender. Sorry, Mick. My buddy's bartender out there and an actor and a model. Played football at Westchester. Shout out to Jimmy Hurley. They had a party bus, probably 40 people on it, all from just, I think, whatever little beach town he lives in out in L.A. Just packed. Sorry, Mick, but
it's just incredible to see, and you gotta love the convenience aspect to it. Like it's a no-brainer, right? They set you up in a hotel, they set you up on a bus, the transportation's there, you got the ticket. All you got to think about is where you're drinking. Honestly,
that's a no. They take care of itself for you
too. They take care of that for you. By the way,
yeah, absolutely.
Seriously, a lot of these companies have pre-parties at a bar or a location that they partner up with down there, and I walked down the street in Clearwater Beach when I was at Philly spring training, and I saw the Philly Sports Trip sign on one of the local bars on Clearwater Beach because they had a pre-party at one of those bars down there. A lot of those
that dude Vince does a good job, man. He's got some ties with my family too. He does a great job.